Hey buddy, it's Peter, and this is a 2024 Skidoo MXZ Adrenaline with the Blizzard package. Now again, I said MXZ. I always get in trouble when I say this with Kawasaki's or something else because they have a lot of Zs there. We are filming in Canada, and this is a Canadian unit, so this is an MXZ, not an MXZ. So I will say that because we're in Canada. We're filming here at Torque Motorsports here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. They've got 3 dealerships all through New Brunswick. So if you're looking for something like this, check them out. They give you complete access to their entire vehicle lineup. And if you want to know something that I don't cover in this review, make sure you let me know because I have no issues coming back to this unit again and again and again. And Torque is awesome. I'm not a super snowmobile expert like they are, but they make sure that they fill me in on the details so I can help you fill in on the details. So if there's something I missed or something you want to know about it, and even if I don't know, they'll help me out. They're experts in it, and we'll make sure we make a video database of all the information that you need to know on this unit. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe. If you're anything interested in this, if there's anything you're interested in this, make sure you leave a comment, and let's get going with this review. So let's quickly cover what this is. Of course, this 600R, we're going to talk about that engine in here. There's 2 600 engines from Can-Am and Skidoo, so we're going to talk about the difference between that as we come through here. This one has a performance package, but the MXZ is really all about that motocross style handling, and they actually use that word themselves, motocross style handling, in their website, in their marketing material. And for me, being a motorcycle guy, I kind of get that. I can relate to that. And that's really what this is. This thing's about being a trail unit that is very maneuverable, very fun to drive. And it's got the 2 different engines. This is the smaller of the 2 engines, but it's still a pretty high-tech engine. 2-stroke engine, makes about 125 horsepower. That's up about 5 horsepower from previous versions of this engine. And it's going to give you a lot of performance, even in the smaller engine. But the other thing the smaller engine does is it keeps it fairly light. And although this is a lot longer than a typical motorcycle, I like to compare things to motorcycles, it is fairly light in that mid to high 400-pound range for something like this, which is, to me, quite light for what it seems to be physically a very large unit, or a fairly large unit, but again, much more compact than some of the other ones we've reviewed here at Torque Motorsports. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the front. We're going to talk about the suspension package, engine. We're going to work our way through the unit. We're going to head over to the dash. We're going to talk about all the details in this unit that maybe the other videos don't show. And again, if there's something that you want to know that I'm not covering, make sure you let me know, and we'll come back to it again and again. So if you're going to advertise something as a motocross style handling, you better have great suspension, and that's what this has. It's a KYB suspension system here on the front, and we're going to zoom in for a second here. A quick zoom in, and you can see a couple things going on here. First of all, a lot of preload adjustment here, a lot of flexibility in there, and then you've got the piggyback shocks. Of course, anytime you see that piggyback shocks, that's going to give you a lot of performance, especially as you're going quick up and down on those bumps. It's going to allow that heat to build up over here instead of just in the shock, and what that does is it's going to give you really consistent performance. If you have the same situation without this, you can end up getting a little bit more of a stiffer shock, kind of stiffens up and doesn't perform as well. So that's what the piggyback shock does. And then the key thing is here is the adjustability. So whether you're on a smooth trail or something that's getting really chewed up over time, you can adjust this quite easily right with your hands, even with gloves on. Left and right side has the same adjustments, and what that's going to do is allow you to really tailor that ride to the terrain that you're on and the type of riding that you want to do. So you can soften it up, you can firm it up, you can have that compression rebound adjusted so that it really goes into those bumps, comes right back at the speed and the pace that you want, allowing you to have the ride you want. So whether you're an athletic rider or whether you're just cruising casually, you can really make it the type of ride that you want to have. Take a look at the front here. You've got a pretty sleek looking front end here. So you've got the little windshield that kind of has that tip up at the very top, allowing a little extra wind protection. And your handlebar grips there, they give you that protection over the brake levers there. We'll talk about the brakes in a second. But you've got that clear view here, a lot of clear view, extra little bit of protection here. So even though it's not a full-on touring screen by any means, it is going to give you that weather deflection, that wind deflection, just to keep some wind off you and allow you to stay a little bit warmer out on the trail. Overall, cool color scheme. We'll talk about that when we get back to the side again. And we'll just tap the lights here for a second, or tap the on button here for a second. Just get the lights on again. The lights are hard to show you unless we start it up. We're not going to start it up inside right now, but those LED lights are really nice and bright as well. It's going to give you that nice white automotive style light that gives you a really bright area. So right away, function out front with a functional windshield, functional side winglet with protections, functional see-through hand grips here. We'll talk about them a little bit later. And then again, those LED headlights all in here, really making it kind of a sporty looking unit with a lot of function. So as we take a look at the styling on the side, I want to point out something here that I'm going to point out just on the logo there. That's classic BRP light or coloring right there is thrown in, and we're going to zoom back out, and when we get to the seat, you'll notice the same thing on this package, that classic BRP sort of coloring thrown in there. It really adds a dash of style to this. It's kind of cool. It makes it pop. Let's talk about the engine here. You can see there right on the side, if we zoom in again, the 600R E-Tech engine. Let's talk about that engine really quickly. It's a liquid-cooled two-stroke. It is a 125 horsepower, 599cc engine. So it's a 600cc engine, makes about 125 horsepower. And again, not as much as you could have if you wanted to go up to the 850 engine, but a lot of the same technology as that 852 stroke, which what that does is it gives you really good power, really good technology, but also great reliability. So for me, it's kind of a nice balance here of price versus performance, but again, all tucked in, lower weight. And again, that 650 is a little bit less weight, and the two strokes are of course less weight again. So we talked about dry weight on this as well. Let's just talk about dry weight. With this short track that has right now 468 pounds for the entire unit. So again, quite a bit of power to weight ratio, as well as a fully modern powertrain. But again, two options there. This one happens to have the 600. I kind of like the 600 for my riding style. Of course, a lot of you are going to want that 800, and that makes total sense too. But yeah, really nice, again, high-tech motor, giving you lots of power and decent efficiency and great reliability as well. So with that shorter 129-inch track, that's going to give you that a little bit more maneuverability. Let's just jump across it and see what it is as far as size-wise. I'm about a 6-footer here. A lot of things I really like about these. All of the Skidoos have really comfortable seats. So again, we sat on their touring models, we sat on their utility models. This is more of a sport model. We've sat on them all, been around them all, and again, really comfortable, padded, cushy kind of seat, which is going to work with you just to give you a little bit better ride, a little bit better comfort, long, for longer rides. We're going to talk about the rear suspension in a second, but let's just talk about a couple cool things. You've got the little foot grips there, so I can lean way over here and pull up on the sled and really kind of yank over to the side here. A lot of maneuverability around the seat, and again, a lot of width here. So your legs kind of tuck into here, but if I wanted to put my foot into this grip on the other side, I can do that here and then spread my leg out again, still having that protection of really leaning over in the snow. Again, only supporting itself with this thing, with my other foot. You can lean over, you can really manipulate the weight distribution of this thing just by moving your body around. And again, fairly lightweight unit. Overall, you've got a pretty good riding position here. Of course, heated grips, got a brake lever there, Brembo brakes in here, 4-piston Brembo brakes, so quality braking system. We have a dash here we'll show you in a second. It's not the TFT display we've shown you with a lot of other units that we've been going through, although you can get that if you move up a trim line. Right here, we'll show you a fully digital dash in a second. You do have a little storage space up here. You can drop your things in there if you wanted to. And again, that wind protection here with the lip that comes up, it's gonna really kind of diffuse that air around you to give you a nice little bubble of air. And again, I mentioned here these hand grip covers, clear. We'll show you when we hop on the unit how that's so effective. But overall seated position, a lot of room to move around. You can move back a long ways, you move forward a long ways, and of course, you've got the link system, LINQ, common to Can-Am, Skidoo, all of their stuff. You can have all kinds of accessories on there for luggage, passengers, whatever you want to put on there. So we've got this MXZ unit up on the platform today, and that allows us to really kind of take a nice low, almost ground level view at the rear track, rear suspension. So again, this Gen 5 platform, a lot of sophistication in it. You've got, obviously you can see the suspension over there. You've also got the ability to sort of adjust this track, and what that can do is that can allow you to push your skis down into the snow to make sure you have that great steering and handling, but it also can relieve some pressure off of those skis, allow you to kind of get that wheelie kind of effect and allow you those front skis to float a little bit if you're getting through some snow. Again, trail-oriented system here with that 129-inch track, quality, quieter track as well on these units. But yeah, just kind of a unique view. You can sort of see everything all in one there. We are going to do a proper video again describing some of the intricate details and adjustments to these tracks in the future, but that's probably a little much to get into in this video. If you want to see that, let us know in the comments. We'll make sure we get back to you with that. I want to take a look back here again at that sort of back cargo area, whatever you want it to be kind of area. If we zoom in right here, you can probably see, let's see if we can do that. Yeah, you can sort of see that link name right on that clip in there. So you'll have that link name a lot. It's also in the center right there. Again, all of the accessories you could want to put on this. Again, for a shorter track unit, you still have a ton of space back here to put any kind of cargo, luggage, whatever you want to. The best thing to do to check out the accessories that go in there is to check out the Skidoo website, or you can go through Torque Motorsports. They'll sort of link up through there as well. Talk to the sales team here at Torque. Talking to the sales team here at Torque, it really gives you an idea of the kinds of things that the average customer puts on there, but also the kinds of things that you could put on there. So you've got a lot of flexibility in this relatively sport-oriented unit to really accessorize it up and make it what you want. Now let's take a look. We're going to hop on the driver's seat, take a camera in hand, and give you sort of the view of what it looks like sitting right there, and take a look at the dash. All right, so as we're going to approach, I'm going to jump on here and we're going to show you your view, but I want to show you what I was talking about with where my foot was. Again, my foot was underneath this, allowing me to lean to the side. That's what happened when we were standing on that. The reason I want to show you that is because once I give you the full view here, I'm going to go wide angle, going to go wide angle properly to show you kind of the similar view to what you see with your eyes here. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So again, my foot can tuck into, right, zoom down there, tucked into that piece there, allowing my body to, let's just zoom in even further. Having some trouble zooming today, oh boy, cam works poor. But there's my foot underneath that piece there. And what that's gonna do is we go fully wide angle, is gonna allow me to lean to the side out here. And as I lean to the side here, you can really see my leg kind of tucking in there. So standard riding position, you're tucked in behind here, leaned out to the side. Again, no hands. I got one hand on the camera, one hand here. You can really kind of get that lean angle there. So it's not just that it has that foot piece there, it's that the entire body is designed with that sort of two-piece thing. Take a look back here again. We're in a wide angle view here, so everything's gonna be a little skewed, a little wider at the sides, but again, you can see the benefit of having this clear view on the handguards here. Camera's having trouble focusing so much, but these are fairly clear, you can see through. And I can see right through to the ski, which to me looks very clear because my eyes can focus on the proper ski. So you can really see from anywhere on the driver's side here or passenger or driver's seat here, you can see your skis no matter where you are. You can see the extra little winglets here. They've got a little extra curved little winglets there that come up again, sort of coming straight, coming up there. And let's take a look at the dash in here. Now this is hard to keep on without starting the engine. Again, we are filming inside today, so we're gonna pop this up here. I should show you the key here too. It's pretty cool with these devices here. So just a simple electronic connection there, no teeth or anything like that. It's something that goes in your pocket nice, and it's gonna stay on there firmly. And if you nudge it, it's not gonna matter. It can kind of sit on that ball joint there. So let's turn the dash on for a split second here. You're gonna see some stuff. Basically speedometer in the middle, left side is fuel gauge, right side is temperature gauge, and then you've got a number of different things in there. We're gonna tap it on again there, and we'll try to cycle through some things in here. You've got basically like fuel information, oh boy, whoops. Yeah, if you tap it 3 times in a row, it's going to try to start up on us. We don't want to do that, but you can sort of get a sense of the dash there. Bit of an orangey kind of backlight in there. Fairly simple dash, fairly easy to see, but again, not that TFT display that's available in some of the other units. Let's take a look over here and show you what you've got on the controls here. Again, dash controls through there, headlights, the start switch right there, the heated grips right there. You can sort of see the grips hanging out there. We did talk about the Brembo brakes. Brembo's, at least on a motorcycle, and again, I'm from the motorcycle world more than the snowmobile world, really not only give you great performance in braking and not only give you usually a little bit lighter weight in braking for the braking power anyways, they also give you really good feel, and you really feel that here. I mean, just from the motorcycle world, I can almost tell that they're Brembo brakes just from the feel because they have a nice, direct kind of feel there, so that's really good. You've also got some cool things in here, just for overall adjustability. You can see these little white lines in here. It's probably a little easier to see on this side over here. You can adjust everything up exactly where you want it here, but if you're adjusting the steering a little closer to you, again, you have the little arrows here telling you exactly where it's at. So it's at the 0, you want to go +1, +2, +3, or -1 from there. You can adjust everything up and make it comfortable the way you want it. Let's go wide angle again, give you sort of the full view. So again, looking from my eyes, it's kind of the view you're getting here. You're kind of looking over the handlebars, dash is within view, you can see everything out in front of you clearly. And again, good wind protection coming up towards your head. It's going to take a lot of that wind off your body, a lot of the cool off your body. And again, there's your throttle over there, just in case you want to see that as well. And again, you can add accessories. There's some places here to add accessories. Why don't we take a quick peek into this section right here. Good sized little cabinet right there to hold the basics right out front. Easy to get to, but again, protected from the wind and weather, that kind of thing. So there's your kind of view from the cockpit. We'll have to get it outside sometime and do that in the snow. We got snow coming on Wednesday. So, but yeah, that's what it looks like sitting on this. So let's talk about who this unit is for, and by this unit I mean this specific unit with this 600cc engine. So again, digging a little bit into that 600cc engine again, this is still a 2-stroke engine, not the 4-stroke Ace engine that's available in other snowmobiles, in the Can-Am Ryker, actually not the Spider, but the Ryker. So that 600cc engine in here is a very high performance 2-stroke feeling engine that's basically all about performance. So even though it's a step down from the 850 that's available, when we talk about who this specific unit is for, this is all about handling and trail fun. It's a very maneuverable, very, you know, fun to react, very sporty kind of ride. Like they say, the motocross style rider is, or motocross style snowmobile is really what this is. That's really what it is. Now with that 600 engine, it's all about the handling, it's all about the performance, and a little bit less about the power. So, you know, I always talk about a lightweight sports car is a lot more fun than a really heavy sports car, and that's really what this is. Relatively lightweight, peppy engine that's gonna be all about the feel, the experience. So again, if going full out across a frozen lake is your thing for performance, this one's probably not gonna be for you. But if zipping through a treed forest, is zipping through all those kind of things on the trail, you know, kind of heading out and doing those twists and turns, hitting the, you know, whether the trail is freshly groomed or whether it's kind of beaten up, with the great suspension package here, you're gonna really get that sort of handling package that you want in a relatively lightweight unit that's very, very comfortable and again, reliable, known for its reliability. And that's really what you're getting here. It's something that's a ton of fun, not about all out top speed, but still about fun at any speed. And it also has a pretty cool style package with this sort of Blizzard package. It really looks cool. There's a reason it's up here on the stand, is just when you walk in the door, this thing stands out when you look at it. And that's part of the fun of it too. You know, you talk about a car when you close the door and you walk away from it, or you're looking back at it. Well, this is the kind of unit you're gonna look back at as well. So that's my basic overview. There are things that we missed on here. Again, we can go into depth about the suspension. We can talk a lot more about the engines too. We should probably do a separate video about that. We'll have to do a better dash video in the future when we can get that thing to come to life for you. So let me know the kinds of things that you wanna see about this unit so that we can make more videos, the kinds of things that you're interested in. And again, if you own a unit like this or if you've had something similar, let me know if you're a fan of it. Let me know types of things that you love about it. So we'll continue to make more and more videos. I want to thank Extreme Torque Motorsports here. Again, we're in the Fredericton location, 2 locations. If you're anywhere in New Brunswick, these guys are absolutely awesome. They'll fill you in with all the information you need. Their sales team isn't just about, you know, trying to sell something to you. They really are knowledgeable people. You can ask them the questions and really know that you're learning something here. They've been a huge help to me because again, snowmobile is not my first thing. I'm more of a motorcycle guy, but I've really learned a lot about snowmobiles, and I want to make sure that we continue to sort of fill out that space with as much information as we can. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll talk to you in the next one.